Warren Buffett is a man whose wealth exceeds $130 billion, but his journey to success began in a very humble way. From a shy little boy selling Coca-Cola door to door, he eventually built Berkshire Hathaway, a global conglomerate now worth nearly $900 billion. Known as the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett remains one of the richest people in the world. However, what makes him unique among the wealthy is that he did not inherit his fortune, nor did he gain it by creating new technology or starting his own business. Instead, he built his wealth through smart investments in the stock market and various businesses. Because of his inspiring life story, Buffett has millions of followers. Every year, thousands of investors and fans gather at the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting to hear him speak. In 2023, even business leaders and top executives attended the event. Humble beginnings. Despite his massive fortune today, Warren Buffett's early life was much simpler. He was born in Omaha in 1930, at the start of the Great Depression. At that time, the stock market had collapsed, losing half its value compared to the previous year. Nebraska, his home state, suffered greatly because its economy depended on agriculture. Falling crop prices caused many businesses to go bankrupt. Luckily, Buffett was born into a family with financial knowledge. His father, Howard Buffett, was a stockbroker. However, Warren himself was a shy and quiet boy who preferred spending time alone, reading books in his father's library. It was from these books that he developed an early obsession with investing and business. Eager to apply what he had learned, young Warren approached his grandfather, who owned a small grocery store. He asked if he could take some drinks to sell around the neighborhood. His grandfather agreed, and at just 6 years old, Warren started his first business, selling Coca-Cola door to door, earning 5 cents per six-pack. He soon expanded by selling gum and magazines, making a small but steady profit. First stock investment at age 11. By the time Warren turned 11, he had saved enough money from his small businesses to buy his first stock. He purchased 3 shares of an oil and gas company called City Service at $38 per share. Shortly after his purchase, the stock price dropped to $27. Despite feeling anxious, Warren held on to his shares and waited. Eventually, the price rose to $40, and he sold them for a small profit. However, he soon realized that if he had been more patient, he could have made much more. The stock later skyrocketed beyond $200 per share. This missed opportunity left a deep impression on young Buffett, teaching him a valuable lesson about patience in investing. Hard work and business ventures. A few years later, Warren's father was elected to the U.S. Congress, and the family moved to Washington, D.C. There, at the age of 14, Warren got his first real job, delivering newspapers for the Washington Post. However, he was not satisfied with his earnings, so he took another job delivering papers for a competitor, Times Herald, at the same time. By doing this, he earned about $175 per month, which is equivalent to around $3,000 today. With his savings, Warren started a new business. He and a friend bought a pinball machine and installed it in a barber shop. The machine was a success, generating steady income. Soon they bought 2 more machines and placed them in different shops. At the end of each week, they split the profits with the shop owners. Eventually, they sold the business for $1,200. At just 15 years old, Warren used his earnings to buy his first real estate investment, a 40-acre farmland in Nebraska. Even at such a young age, it was clear that this boy from Omaha was chasing something big. He was so determined to become rich that he told his school friends, "If I'm not a millionaire by 30, I'll jump off a building." Warren Buffett's journey to becoming a billionaire investor. After graduating from high school in 1947, Warren Buffett sought the highest education he could find. He enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania, funding his studies with the income from his farmland in Nebraska, which he rented out. Later, he transferred to the University of Nebraska, where he earned a degree in business administration. Hoping to continue his studies, Buffett applied for a master's program at Harvard, but was rejected. This rejection turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Instead, Buffett applied to Columbia Business School, where he studied under his idol, Benjamin Graham. Benjamin Graham was a renowned economist and investor whose books Buffett had read religiously. Just a few years after graduating, Buffett had the chance to work directly under Graham at his investment firm. There, he learned how to analyze a company's real value by examining its financial reports. However, just 2 years later, Graham decided to retire, shutting down his firm and leaving Buffett on his own. But Buffett wasn't discouraged. Armed with his mentor's knowledge and his own savings, in 1956, at just 25 years old, Warren Buffett returned to Omaha and founded his own investment firm, Buffett Associates Limited. The Cigar Butt strategy. Instead of renting an office and hiring employees, Buffett ran his business from his bedroom. He invited family and friends to invest, raising a total of $105,000. Buffett then started investing in undervalued stocks, following the principles he had learned from Graham. However, Buffett took this strategy to the extreme. He didn't just buy undervalued stocks. He bought entire companies that were struggling or nearly bankrupt, purchasing them at such low prices that, even if they were liquidated, the value of their assets would be higher than what he had paid. This approach was called the cigar butt strategy. Buffett compared it to picking up a discarded cigar from the street and taking a few last puffs for free. In investing, this meant buying extremely cheap stocks, holding on to them, and selling once their value increased, making the initial purchase almost free. The takeover of Berkshire Hathaway. In 1962, at age 32, Buffett found an old, struggling textile company in New England, Berkshire Hathaway. The company had been in decline for decades, closing 11 textile mills. Buffett saw an opportunity and bought a large number of shares at a low price. A few years later, Buffett agreed to sell his shares back to the company's CEO for $11.50 per share. However, when the final offer arrived, it was only $11.375 per share, 13 cents lower than promised. Feeling cheated, Buffett didn't sell his shares. Instead, he bought even more, gaining enough control to fire the CEO himself. From failing textile company to investment giant. Rather than letting Berkshire Hathaway collapse, Buffett used its remaining cash to invest in other businesses. However, this experience, and his growing capital, taught him an important lesson. Instead of buying dying companies at cheap prices, Buffett changed his strategy. He started looking for high-quality businesses at reasonable prices, rather than just hunting for the cheapest deals. One of his first major acquisitions under this new strategy was an insurance company, and this changed everything. The power of insurance, Buffett's secret weapon. Buffett realized that insurance companies were like banks. Thousands of people regularly pay insurance premiums, giving the insurance company a huge pool of cash reserves. However, unlike banks, people only withdraw money when something bad happens, like a house fire or a car accident. In 1967, Buffett bought his first insurance company, National Indemnity, followed by Central States Indemnity. But the biggest acquisition came in 1996, when he took over GEICO, one of the largest auto insurers in the U.S. This was a game changer. With billions of dollars in insurance premiums at his disposal, Buffett now had constant access to cash that he could use to invest in the stock market, giving him a huge advantage over other investors. This combination of insurance profits, long-term investments, and financial discipline turned Warren Buffett into one of the richest people in the world. Warren Buffett's investment empire. As Buffett gained control of Berkshire Hathaway, he began using its cash reserves from the insurance business to invest in other companies. Because insurance claims don't need to be paid out immediately, the money could be invested and multiplied before it was ever needed. Over the years, Berkshire Hathaway acquired many major companies, including American Express, 1964, Blue Chip Stamps, 1968, Illinois National Bank, 1969, The Washington Post, 1973, GEICO, 1976, Safeco Insurance, 1978, General Foods, 1979, AON, 1984, Salomon Brothers, 1987, Coca-Cola, 1988, General Re, 1998, BNSF Railway, 2006, Bank of America, Kraft Heinz, Apple, Chevron, Occidental Petroleum, and many more. Buffett built one of the most successful investment portfolios in history. The Warren Buffett Investment Strategy. Buffett's investment strategy is surprisingly simple and can be followed by anyone. He once explained, "You have to be able to ignore what other people are saying and simply look at the facts. Most people buy stocks hoping the price will go up next week. If it goes down, they feel bad. I feel good. I think about what the company will be worth 10 or 20 years from now. If the stock goes down, I buy more." According to Buffett, investing isn't about intelligence. It's about temperament. If you have more than 125 IQ, you can throw away the rest. You don't need it in investing, but you do need the right temperament that allows you to think for yourself. So, if you want to learn Warren Buffett's proven strategy, you can 1. Watch all the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting videos from the 1960s to today. On a 2. Create your own structured investment framework. 3. Or, for a faster way, sign up for a structured learning program. Warren Buffett's journey from a door-to-door soda salesman to one of the richest investors in history proves that smart investing isn't about luck or intelligence. It's about discipline, patience, and the right mindset. His strategy of buying strong businesses at a fair price and holding them for the long term has made him a legend in the financial world. But the good news, anyone can apply his principles. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, comment below, and let us know what investment topics you'd like to see next. And of course, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future insights. See you in the next video!